Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez, and I've been getting some emails and messages from my viewers here on YouTube and from my TV show asking about wintertime fishing. I guess a lot of you don't know that, yes, you can go fishing in the winter, and there is quite a bit of fish to catch. Yes, rock fishing is closed, but you can still go fish for calico bass, sand bass, white sea bass, halibut, whitefish. There's a range of fish you can get, sculpin. So, yes, go fishing. Now, guys have been asking me for some tips on how to fish wintertime. So let me give you a couple. I'll tell you the one biggest thing you need to know about fishing wintertime, and as I'm recording this, it's middle of January. It's been raining a lot here. The water temperature is way down. It's not like summertime where it was in the 70s. It's a lot colder right now. So when the water gets colder, the fish get sluggish, and you have to fish a lot slower. So normally we might throw a surface lure, for calico bass or for other fish, barracuda, stuff like that. This time of year, you basically have to hit them on the head with the bait, and you have to fish super, super slow. So one of my favorite baits to use is a bucktail. B52 bucktail works really good. Put a strip of squid on here. That pulsating action works good. Cast it out. Let it go all the way down the bottom. When it hits the bottom, all you're going to do is hop it slowly. Move it back to you, bring it back to you. Maybe crank it up 5 or 6 cranks. Stop it and let it flutter back down. The sand bass, the sculpin, a lot of these fish are going to be holding really close to the bottom. So that's the number one way I would do it. You can use a dropper loop rig, something like that too will work. But I have so much fun catching fish on these bucktails. They work really, really good. And other fish will hit them too. If there's a yellowtail around, it might hit it. A white sea bass, halibut, it'll hit it too. But targeting the sand bass, the calico bass, cold winter times, I'm telling you, there's nothing better than a bucktail, B52 bucktail, with a strip of squid. And if you think there's big sand bass around, use a whole squid. Works out really, really good. Now, my number one way to catch sculpin, if the skipper tells you this spot we're going to go is sculpin only, I like to take 2 B52 bucktails in a double dropper loop. Spread them out about 2 to 3 feet apart with a big sinker on the bottom, and just fish them that way. And the reason these work so good is, yes, you can use a plain hook with a strip of squid and catch them, but on a plain hook, when the bait falls off it, you're not going to get bit. With a bucktail, if the fish pick away your bait, you're still going to catch fish, that pulsating action that the bucktail does in the current. Even without bait, you can catch sculpin no problem with the B52 bucktail. And I've even caught calico bass, sand bass that way too. Rock fishing, yeah, it works great, but right now there is no rock fishing going on. You can't catch any rockfish, so I really don't want to talk about rock fishing. Just want to give you some tips on how to catch sand bass, calico bass, sculpin, and yeah, whitefish too. If there was lots of whitefish in the area, I would probably drop down to a ½ ounce and use that on a double dropper loop rig, and that would work out fine too. Now, when you go to the store, you want to see what they look like. This is what the B52 bucktails look like in the packaging, and you can find them at your local tackle store. If you can't find them there, use the link down below in the description, and it'll send you right to our website where you can find them there. But they work out really, really good. Again, just a bucktail. Works out really, really nice. Catch lots of fish on them. And again, just put a little strip of squid on there, swim it down, and you'll be surprised. Again, the one thing I really want to emphasize, fish slow. Way slower than you would normally fish. Don't be afraid to let your bait sit there for 30 seconds, 15 seconds on the bottom. Just lift the rod tip up, shake it a little bit, and let the lure fall back down. I'm telling you, when it's this time of year, and when it's winter time, the water's really cold. They're not going to chase anything. You're going to have to basically hit them on the head with it, especially that deeper water, 50 feet, 90 feet. Lots of boats are fishing 75 feet right now for that sand bass and stuff on rock piles. You really got to fish slow. Even down deeper, the water's even colder than it is on the surface. So just take your time, fish slow, take a little bit of squid. You don't even need live bait. Just use a little bit of squid, put it on your bucktail, and you'll catch fish. Now, I would call the different landings. Marina Del Rey, I'm sure, is running boats right now. Wintertime fishing. I know the Victory is running out of Long Beach. The city of Long Beach is running out of Pier Point. I'm sure there's boats out of Newport, Dana Wharf. All of them are all running boats right now. Won't be a lot of boats because this is the time of year where often the boats will haul out, paint the bottoms, do whatever boat work they need to do for the year, and get ready for the upcoming season. Now, this upcoming season for rock fishing has been delayed a month. The states changed the rules. So instead of fishing March 1st, looks like it's going to be April 1st. So you can still go fishing. I don't want you to think you have to sit home and wait for rock fishing to start. You don't have to. Go on the Victory, go on the City of Long Beach, go on the Spitfire or any of the other boats that are running this time of year, and go out there and go catch some sand bass, catch some sculpin, get some whitefish, and if you get lucky, halibut or white sea bass. You never know. All that stuff is swimming out there, and you can get them. Again, the key is fish slow. All right? If you only take one thing out of this video, fish slow, and you can catch some quality sand bass. And again, B52 bucktail, strip of squid, whole squid will work out good. If you get into an area where there's a lot of bigger sand bass, like 4 or 5 pounders, 6 pounders, then you want to move up to an HD model. It's got the big 8/0 hook. This is what I use for white sea bass, halibut fishing. Works out really good. I like this color, red and white and all white, for the white sea bass and the halibut. And this one I would pin on a whole squid. Wouldn't even mess around with strips of squid. A whole squid, fish it along the bottom slowly. Halibut, white sea bass will bite it. And if there's a lot of sand bass, big sand bass, you think that's a big hook, it's not a big hook for a 5-pound sand bass. Just a regular hook. Alrighty. If you aren't sure what they look like, the differences, let me just show you this really quick. So this is the normal B52 bucktail, and this is what the HD packaging looks like. And this is the much larger bucktail. Again, you can find them at your local tackle stores or go to our website and they'll be there for you. All right. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to try to help you out. I'm going to try to do more of these for you. It seems like this is a lot of interest in people. They want more information, more tips. They want to go fishing, become better anglers, and you can only do that by spending time on the water. So hopefully this video helps you out. All right, thanks guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye everybody.